Good day and welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob and delighted to have you along for the ride. Thanks for joining me. Yesterday, we introduced what I'm calling the depressor. This is a thought pattern many of us know all too well. The depressor, as I understand it, and as I'm talking about it here, it really is the fountain of our negative self-talk, which goes on inside each one of us, and it oftentimes is more than capable of taking us straight down the rabbit hole of self-judgment and shame. Remember now, we've talked about shame across our various posts and our lessons here, as it's when we believe that we're not worth anything. That's what shame is. And with shame, it's not that we make mistakes, rather it's that we are mistakes. And so this is intimately connected to the depressor in action. In fact, that's what we want to focus on today. We want to zero in even more on the depressor as it's actually active in our psyches. So let's start by reviewing our most recent homework assignment. Was that I had you list 4 to 6 negative or depressing thoughts that the depressor turns on you and me when we have failed ourselves or someone else. That was the assignment. What I'd like us to do today is take one of those depressor thoughts, and I want you to pick the one that feels the worst to you, the one that makes your body feel the most tense. Remember how we looked at our bodies and how they respond to these thoughts? It's the thought that is most apt to drag you down into the deepest self-doubt and maybe self-judgment. It's also highly likely that it's going to lead you to addictive behaviors because none of us can stand the pain that is associated with it. And so I'd like you to take that thought, take the worst of those 4 to 6 thoughts that you wrote down and write down that specific thought inside an oval, right in the center of today's blank piece of paper. This is your worksheet for today. So draw an oval, and in the middle of that, write down that thought. And outside that oval, around it, what I'd like you to do is write down 4 to 6 thoughts that come to mind as you concentrate on this most troubling depressor thought that you've identified just now. Let me give you an example. Let's say that your depressor thought was something like this: I can't believe I forgot that appointment with my friend. Something that is inevitable. We all do it from time to time. So I can't believe that I forgot that appointment. And then outside the circle, I'm just going to give you some examples that come to mind. You might say, how could I be so forgetful? What kind of person forgets an appointment? That'd be an example. Or I don't deserve to have friends because, after all, look at the fact that I'm so forgetful. Or even worse, something like this: I'm a lost cause and should probably just get drunk or high. Just what the heck, right? So I'd like you to give some time to this. And then when you've written out half a dozen thoughts or so, let's say, that are related to this core kind of most troublesome thought, I'd like you to turn your paper over, and as we've done before, write down how your body feels as you bring up all of these different depressor-related negative thoughts around this central thought. So as you write those down, how does your body feel? For example, do you have tension in your body, and where does it locate? Next, what I want you to do is to identify any feelings or emotions that arise. We're talking about shame. It could manifest as shame, guilt, sadness, sorrow, maybe even anger, fear. See what you're aware of as you think back to each one of these thoughts that you've identified outside that oval. And then finally, in this state of mind, it's the depressor state of mind, what do you feel like doing? As you're kind of immersed in these messages of negativity. More specifically, might they make you more likely to feel cravings that would lead you to reach for an addictive substance or maybe an addictive behavior, just simply for relief? Let's see what you discover, okay? Appreciate you engaging in this. In fact, I appreciate you joining me today. I look forward to you joining me in our next, in our follow-up exercises here as we move deeper into understanding the depressor and also what we can do to help manage and minimize its impact. What we're looking at is this whole topic of toxic shame, and we're getting inside the thought processes that feed shame. So again, thanks for joining me. Please take care, stay safe between now and when I see you next. Come back and join me soon, okay? Bye-bye for now.